and thanks for attending our Movie Posters Marvels workshop. We really hope you enjoyed it. In this recap video, we will go through the main things that we covered in the workshop, and you will be able to pause, rewind, and fast forward the parts to be able to help you. So let's get started. In this recap video, I will be using Canva on my iPad to create my own movie poster, but you can do it on any device. You can use a laptop, an iPad or an Android tablet. You could even do it on your phone. Just be aware, if you are doing it on your phone, your screen will be a little bit smaller, so therefore the menus might not show the way that they do in this recap video. So let's get started. I'm going to load up the Canva app on my iPad, and this is just going to give you an example of what I have created in the session. So looking at taking different parts of a movie poster and making our own version. So let's have a look and see how we can start this from scratch. So I'm just going to go back to home, and this is how Canva will load up. And remember, you want to be able to add into the Family Fund Discover Digital Festival account, which will give you all of the pro features for the amount of time for festival for free. So that I'm going to tap on presentation, and this is going to be able to help us move all of our elements around. Now at the minute it's facing the wrong way, so I'm just going to come up to the top and go to resize and just resize this design so that it's facing the right way. There we go. And what we're going to do is we are going to start to add in all of these different elements that we have used throughout the session to try and create that movie poster look. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over to elements and have a look and see if I can find kind of that blue back border. Now I've got this one here, but I'm just going to come to the top and search blue cartoon, just to give you an idea of what kind of things are available. When you tap on blue cartoon, it gives you all of these different things that you can use. And I'm just going to scroll down, and then you can go along the top to go to graphics. So you can see all of these different types of things here. There's the background I'm going to use there. And if you tap on it, it can also give you some other recommendations as well. So you can actually see here, there are different ones that you can use. If you tap on something by mistake, you can just tap on the bin above it and it will get rid of it for you. If you ever fancy doing anything like the day the crayons quit, if you have a look, you can have this lovely little blue crayon here. And if you're looking for the different colours, if you tap on the 3 dots beside it, just like we did before, you can go to see more like this, and then you've got the whole lot of all of those different ones that you can use. But let's go back to our background here. And I'm just going to make it nice and big so that it fills the whole screen, just like that. Perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to put a road along the bottom of my screen. So I'm going to type in road in my elements tab, go to graphics, and I want to have one that's just kind of flat. So let me pull this one here, and I'm just going to make it nice and big so that it goes all the way across the bottom of the screen there, because that's where I'm going to put my title of my movie. Now, if you want to, you can actually change the colours of this as well, just so that it kind of links in with your picture if you want to, and make it kind of darker if you want to. But if you don't, that's absolutely fine. You can keep it the way that it is there. Okay, so I've got my road and I've got my background. So now I just need to grab my city that I'm going to use, and again go into graphics and scroll down and try and find a nice cityscape that I can use. And as I say, all of these ones here that you've got, you can access. But if you use the ones that say EDU, they're the extra ones that you're going to get from your family fund. So I'm going to grab this one and have a look at this one and just make sure that that covers the whole thing there. Perfect. Great. Okay. So now I'm going to do my little girl, Daisy and Dogman. So I need a picture of Dogman and I need a picture of Daisy. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to the left-hand side of the screen and look for the Uploads button. That looks like a cloud with an up arrow. And this allows me to access all of the pictures that I've already uploaded into my Canva. If you don't have those pictures, if you just tap on Upload Files and Photo Library, it will take you to your photos on the device that you are using. So if you are on Android, it will take you to the camera roll there. If you are on a laptop, it will take you to your download section on your laptop. And if you're on your iPad, it takes you there. And you can literally go through and have a look and see all of the different pictures that are on your device and be able to pull them out from there. Now, I already have these uploaded on here, so I'm just going to scroll down. And once they are there, if I just find my dogman, you tap on them and then you can then put them both. So I'm going to put both of the pictures in there. Now, as you can see, now that we've put these on our poster, this isn't looking great because both pictures have got their backgrounds. So let's take Dogman. I'm going to tap on him and I'm going to make sure he's got that purple box around the outside. I'm then going to go to the feature at the top that's called BG Remover. Now, this is one of the features that if you have the Pro version of Family Fund, you will be able to do this bit for free. And as you see, it can take away that background and I can then move these pictures around so that Dogman is then there without that background. Now, let's do the same for Daisy. I'm going to tap on BG Remover. There we go. And I'm going to put that in and it's going to take away the background. So now I can make Daisy stand on the road there as well, ready to go. Now, she doesn't look very superhero-ish, does she? Every superhero needs a mask and a cape. So let's go back to our elements and let's search now for mask. And let's see what comes up with these. Perfect. I'm just going to grab a hold of the first one that's come up there and I'm going to change that to red. And then I'm just going to use this little tool on the left hand side, which is 2 arrows spinning. This is the rotate tool and that's just going to allow me to spin that the right way around and then I can resize it and put it onto Daisy's face. Now I might need to use 2 fingers to just zoom in there and just make these a little bit smaller so that they fit just on her face, and then I can spin them around a little bit more. So we do need to have a little bit of a play with this just to make sure we get everything in the right place. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm also going to give her a cape. So I'm going to search cape, superhero cape. There we go. And we've got all of these ones we can use. I'm just going to grab hold of this one. Now I'm going to put it here. But the problem is now it's covering her arm. So the great thing that you can do with Canva is once something is selected, it brings up a menu at the top and you can come up to where it says position. And if we tap on position, it allows us to make this move backwards. So there we go. I've tapped on the backwards button twice and now it's now behind it. Perfect. Excellent. While we're in elements, let's see if we can find some extra characters to see if we can get them flying around in the sky. I'm going to go superhero animals and see what comes up. So you've got all of these. Oh my goodness, there's a capybara. He's new. He's definitely going in there. Let me put him there and let me just rotate him so it looks like he's flying with that button there. Excellent. And let's see what other ones we've got as well. I do like that rhino. Let me see. I'm going to put that rhino in there. And I'm going to make him just rotate a little bit and make him a little bit smaller. Perfect. Excellent. So now we've got our pictures. All we need to do now is add the text. So let's have a go at doing that now. I'm going to go to my text box and I'm going to write in Daisy. And I'm going to do it in capital letters, Daisy and then I'm going to leave it. I'm going to do the Dogman part in a minute. So once we've got this part here, I'm just going to zoom in so you can see. When we tap on the text, it's quite small and it's hard to be able to read. So we tap on the text and we come up to where it says Canva Sans, and we're going to choose a font. Now you can choose any font you want to. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it bigger by pulling on these handles here so that it makes it nice and big. So if I just make my screen a little bit smaller there, come down and make it nice and big, perfect. Now, that's quite tricky to read. So let's now go to the colours and let's change that now to a blue. There we go. And then it's still a little bit tricky. So I'm going to come up to Effects and go to Outline. And I'm going to choose now a yellow outline. That's starting to look more like Daisy and Dogman. Perfect. Excellent. So now we've got this here. I'm just going to line everything up by using these little pink alignment lines to just make sure my text is in the middle. And what I'm going to do is to help me save some time, I'm just going to tap on the duplicate button. There we go. And I'm just going to move it underneath and I'm going to double tap on it. And instead of saying Daisy and, I'm going to type in there Dog Man. Now that Dog Man's a bit smaller, so I'm just going to make it bigger so it stands out a little bit more. Perfect. And actually I want to put a little paw print in there. So I'm going to come to Elements and I'm just going to grab a circle just to fill in that little bit of the O first. Now I know this seems a little bit funny to start with, but I'll show you what I mean and you'll understand when I put this over here. So I'm just going to bring that position and bring it right to the front. And I'm just going to zoom in, here we go, just so I can move that 0 across there like that. So it kind of fills that bit and I'm going to use the same colour. Excellent. So now it's hiding that bit, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want. Now if I go to my Elements and go to Paw Print, I can grab a paw print. There we go. I can make that the same yellow that I've used. And I can now put that in the middle and it's going to look like it's the part of the lettering. So now if I zoom out there we go. That looks perfect. If you wanted to add in another layer just to make it pop a little bit more, you can go in and you can duplicate the text. You can make it all white. Now you'll need to do the colour and the outline would need to be white as well. And then you just need to make it a bit bigger. And then just like we did before, we go to position and we go backwards so that it goes behind. And then you can then make the text go behind so it pops that little bit more if you want to. I don't think it needs it, but if you want to try and do that, then that's absolutely fine. I'm just tapping that undo button there to take that all away there. Perfect. Now all we need to do is just put a little strap line along the top of our film poster. So let's go add a text box. So let's say saving. Now it's going to be really tiny, so I'm just going to use my caps lock. There we go. Saving the world, one daisy at a time. There we go. I'm going to hide my keyboard. I'm just going to zoom in by using pinch and zoom, and I'm just going to move this all the way to the top of the screen here. There we go. And it's great. Those little alignment lines are helping me be able to see where everything is. So I'm just going to then highlight my text and I'm going to make it white just to make it stand out a little bit more. There we go. So I've got my white there. And again, I think it needs just maybe a shadow or an out. Let's do a shadow and let's do a black shadow. That makes it stand out so much more. And the great thing is that you can really start to play around with some of these effects here where the shadow is going to be. There we go. Just make it offset there. How much it's blurring and how offset it is. So you can then start to see what that really looks like. And then once we've done that, if I just hide that and pinch and zoom back, we can now start to see that actually our poster is starting to look really cool. And actually we need a coming soon along the bottom, don't we? Let's see if there's anything in elements that can help us. If I do a coming soon banner, oh, perfect. Some of these are amazing. Let's have a look at these. So you've got all of these different options here that you can use. Now remember, this is a poster, so we're not going to have any moving parts to it, but I do love that comic coming soon. So I'm just going to stick that there at the bottom and just move it in a little bit so you can still see the dog man, but then we've got that coming soon. And there we have it, our perfect movie poster marvel. And all we would need to do to save that is we come up to the top right hand corner of the screen, we tap share, and then it drops down with the menu and we're going to go to the download button. We tap on there, it's going to save that as a picture format for us. So there we go, a PNG. So we can just tap on there, go to download and press the purple download button. And what it'll do is it'll pull your background, your words, your photographs, your text, all of the things that you have created together, and you then tap save image. If you're doing this on your laptop, it will go into your downloads folder. If you're on your Android, it'll go onto your camera roll as it would do with your iPad. And then it's saved. And then if I just go into my Photos app, you will see that there is my poster that I have just created there as part of this recap video. And the great thing about Canva is that if I go back into the app, it has saved everything automatically. And if I tap on the 3 lines in the corner of the screen, this will then allow me to go back to the home menu, and you will see there is the poster that I have just created there. And actually you can see that Dogman's facing the wrong way on the poster I've just done. So if we need to do any editing, it's really simple. We can tap on it, it takes us back in, and then if I need to change Dogman around, I can just tap on him. Remember, it brings that menu up along the top. I can just tap on the word flip him around the right way, and now he's facing the right way. And then I can just go in, press download and save that, and now I have the new version. And once it's saved on your device, we would love to see it in Shobi and see what you've made. And it doesn't even need to be Dogman. Do you think the next Disney film could be Daisy and Stitch? Or do you think it could be Daisy Bella instead of Cinderella? You could literally put yourself into any film, and we can't wait to see what you create. We really hope that this video has helped, but if there is anything that you need from us, please get in touch with us at the Discover Digital team and we will be more than happy to help. Thanks for watching.